Hello there. It's the 6th of November and I'm still on the sofa talking about still. This week has been an amazing week again. We are due to shoot in 4 days' time. We're starting shooting on the 10th of the 11th, 2012, which I quite like numbers wise. And we have had a great weekend. We had a celebration for investors last Saturday night. We invited all the investors to come and share in the fireworks in the St. Margaret's Trust grounds and came back here for a party afterwards. And it was a lovely evening. So great to be able to connect properly with our investors. I mean, people have invested, they're living their lives, and we're living the still life. And it's just great. It was great last Saturday night to kind of combine those two things and connect with our investors. Because without our investors, we wouldn't be here. And this has been such an incredible journey that I can't imagine not having experienced it. We have 4 days left. Actually, we have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then we shoot on Saturday. So we have 3 days before shooting. Um, and my theme for Still on the Sofa tonight is about director's vision, because all of a sudden in the last week, I've really been able to see what director's vision actually means. Somehow, this script that Simon has written has gone from being, black and white print and a story in print on pages. And I know that Simon knows all these characters inside out, and I know that, they're not characters to him, they're people, they're people that he knows intimately. But what I didn't quite realize was how a director's vision ends up on screen. And I don't think I fully get it just yet, but I can see how it evolves. So, for instance, a very good friend of mine, Louise, has lent us her apartment on King's Road for 2 weeks, which is great because it's half our shoot and it'll be Carver's flat. And it was a big ask, and I'm very appreciative. We will treat it with respect, of course, but there's a lot of people milling around and there's a lot of stuff happening. And I know that Simon has explained to Mayu, our set designer, you know, how he thinks Carver would be living. It's not really defined explicitly in the script, but there's a sense about, that Carver is falling apart as a person and that where he lives is also falling apart. Um, and, um, there's a lot of detail that goes into actually expressing that. And director's vision seems to be the process by which you go from a story to something that you see and feel and touch. And although he has had conversations with Mayu to say, this is what I want and this is how I feel it should look, she has just taken that and gone ahead. And within 1 week of us having this apartment, it's been completely changed, and it's now full of beds and chairs and tables and books and vinyl records and an old record player, old cameras, a roll top bath, which took a lot of lifting to get it into the flat today, and beautiful sheer curtains that play with the light from outside. It looks like a terrible flat. We had a big conversation today about whether the girls were talking about whether we date a guy if he brought us back to a flat like that. And myself and Savannah reckoned not. But some of the creative types were like, well, maybe he's bohemian and he's interesting and he's cool and he's arty and maybe I would give him a go. So already it's alive, it breathes. It has a life of its own. And somehow Mayu has managed to capture what Simon's vision was, but in real, things, in the positioning, in the colors, in the textures, in the feel. It was wonderful that we started with a complete blank canvas of a flat that already had stripped back walls and damp patches and bits of plaster falling off and bare boards, because that's exactly what we wanted. So they literally just had to dress it, but it really is magic. And it's great for us to be able to share that with investors. And we had that conversation on Saturday night, and everybody's really excited. And, the whole journey, for whatever reason people invest, whether they've been following Simon's career his whole life, or whether um, they like the idea of being involved in a film, or whether they really connected with the script. We have all different types of investors. But the one thing that's sure is that it's exciting and it's magical and it is a vision and it's creating something that's a piece of art that's going to last forever. And as I see every little piece being put into place, and all the team working really hard and all of the decisions that are being made and this big mixture that we're putting together, it is exactly where it needs to be. And it's a living, breathing organism that comes from a director's vision. And it is magic. So, with 3 full days of work to get everything else, get all that rest of that magic sorted, I will sign off. But this is still on the sofa on the 6th of November, 3 days before the shoot.